So you've heard of a Brinks Truck, those vehicles that are basically like mini tanks, transporting money from one place to another. More so, you've probably heard of them being robbed before. The usual scenario is an outside job, and looks like something you'd see in an action movie, but I'm guessing less theatrical. But sometimes it's an inside job, where an employee takes advantage of their position. That's what happened over 30 years ago, when a Toronto man decided to quit his job and take his own severance package. On June 21st, 1986, a man named Gordon Strickland, who worked for Brinks Canada, and another guard, David Rose, were en route to their last pickup of the day. The pickup was at a McDonald's located inside of the Woodbine Center in Rexdale. When they arrived, David went inside the mall while Gordon stayed in the truck. Once his partner was completely out of view, Gordon drove the truck to a secluded area near the southeast corner of the mall. Gordon then stuffed 2 hockey bags full of unmarked cash and quickly fled the truck. He left only small denominations of cash, coins, and checks behind. When the other guard returned, which was around 20 minutes later, he noticed that Gordon wasn't parked where he should have been. He eventually located the truck, but Gordon, who was carrying a fully loaded .38 revolver, was nowhere to be found. David quickly called the police, and immediately a citywide manhunt was launched. Brinks officials then looked over Gordon's record and were shocked to find that he wasn't actually Gordon Strickland, but Gordon Henbury. He stole his cousin's ID in order to get hired by Brinks, and he actually never drove an armored truck prior to getting the job. They also discovered that he was a petty criminal who previously got arrested in Australia for writing bad checks, and later did time in Canada for arson and fraud charges. Surprisingly, a day after the theft, Gordon turned himself into the police, but empty-handed. He didn't return any of the $800,000 he stole, and wouldn't disclose where it was. To this day, none of the money has ever been recovered. Gordon ended up spending 10 years in prison, and I'm assuming he didn't just throw away that money. That $800,000 in today's dollars would be around $1.6 million.